This video will expose you to many replaceable components within the Solera soft shade and demonstrate how to remove and replace those components, including recording the shade. Once completed, you will be confident with any repair on Headrail components. Let's get started with the list of tools needed to complete all of the disassembly and reassembly of the shade. Hunter Douglas lift cord, a restring needle, scissors, 3/8 of an inch filament tape, a tape measure, 5/64 inch T-handle, Allen wrench, and a small flathead screwdriver. To save time, we've removed the end cap, lift system, and headrail off of this shade. The components that may need to be removed or replaced are the lift spools, lift spool cover, spool support, the V-shaft, the V-shaft locking collar, and the drop-stop assembly, which is only used for PowerView and Easy Rise lift systems. Now let's take a look at the bottom rail components that will come into play when adjusting cord lengths and replacing broken cords. First, unsnap the cover for the cord housing on the bottom rail. There's a cord wedge housing, cord wedge, and the cord tie washer. Next, we'll take you through how to remove and reassemble all the components. So let's take a look at how to take apart a spool housing and remove a spool from the spool support. First, remove the strapping tape from the spool cover. Then remove the V shaft from the spool and set the shaft lock to the side. Next, unsnap the spool cover from the spool support and remove the spool. Unloop the lift cord from the spool and trim off the knot. To remove all of the cord, unwind the cord by snapping open the bottom rail cover. Release the cord wedge from the cord wedge holder. Now remove the cord wedge from the bottom rail and save the safety tie washer from the end of the cord. And pull the cord through the bottom rail. Next, remove the cord wedge holder to allow for recording the shade. Now it's time to reassemble our shade with all of our new components. Start by cutting the replacement cord 15 inches longer than the shade height. Next, insert the restring needle eye through the top of the barrel holder and down through the shade all the way to the bottom bar. Then you can insert the cord through the needle, leaving plenty of extra cord. And pull the needle back to the top with the cord attached. Next, thread the lift cord through the tie washer and put it into a large loop. Wrap the loop around your finger twice and then back through itself to create a solid knot. Trim off the loop and any excess on the loose ends. Slide the knotted end of the cord into the slot on the lift spool and insert the spool into the spool housing. Snap the gate closed. Then tape the gate closed, but be careful not to cover the hole in the end of the spool. Next, make sure there is no lift cord wound onto either of the spools. And the drop stop assembly is in the fully lowered position as seen on the screen. Then align the V in the shaft with the V peg on the spool and insert the V shaft through the spool supports. The stop housing assembly, keep in mind the drop stop housing assembly will only be required for shades with the PowerView and Easy Rise lift systems. And then slide a locking collar on the shaft just past the last spool and insert the shaft into the lift system assembly. Once inserted completely into the lift system assembly, tighten the Allen screw on the lock collar against the flat side of the V-shaft, leaving a small space between the locking collar and the spool, like a 1/16 of an inch. Next, grab the non-control end of the filler strip and align the end with the housing channels and slowly insert. Continue to carefully slide the fabric into the channel while ensuring the fabric does not get caught on the channel and tear. Do this until the brake arm is inside the housing. Install the housing end cap over the cord connector and the housing. Screw together the pull cord and pull cord connectors. That completes our headrail reassembly, but we still need to adjust the lift cords and check for the correct length. To adjust for the length, we need to insert the lift cord we pulled through the bottom rail earlier all the way through the cord wedge housing. And then snap the cord wedge housing back into the bottom rail. Then pull the lift cord out of the housing using the cord wedge as a tool, as you can see here. As a safety precaution, secure the tie washer to the end of the cord using a double knot. This will prevent the cord from accidentally pulling out of the shade during the adjustment. Next, verify your shade length and insert the cord wedge into the cord wedge housing under the cord. Once complete, you're ready to hang the shade and make your final cord length adjustments. Once checked, tuck the cords with the washers back into the bottom rail cover and snap it closed.